So I've started again. Yesterday turned into a bit of a shambles. Bio managed to take me through the hub city and then into the destroyed biome, and I managed to get myself killed 3 times. I don't like to start so early, but that one was just a complete nightmare. I'm in a bad spot as far as where I want to be to survive early in the game. So I've decided to start a new one, and this time I'm using the seed. Do a barrel roll. I'm pretty sure I've got it right. I'm not too sure. We'll soon find out, obviously. I can't see a lot of water at the moment. Looks like there's a road over there, which is always a start. But yeah, so we'll see how that pans out. We'll just give it a go. With the same policy I had yesterday as far as naming the zombies by my least favourite Kardashians. I'll figure out which ones they are. I'm pretty sure the tall one in the grey shirt is going to be Caitlin. And Chris might be a screamer, although you don't see a lot of screamers, so I'm still deciding on that. Actually, yeah, we'll figure it out when it happens anyway. Over here. Okay, so I need to find some stones, obviously. That one I just ran past? Yep. So we'll see how it pans out anyway. Yesterday I want to thank everybody that came on my stream yesterday, and especially Bio. You know, he came on and we had a lot of fun. It's a pity that Bio and I our time zones are just so much different that we're not going to have a lot of opportunity to play together, because I quite enjoyed playing with Bio. He seems like a good laugh, and we sort of bounced off each other, which is nice to do. But never know. We'll see how it pans out anyway. So I should have enough to make a stone axe now. And start collecting resources. This is always good because you actually get water as well from, well, yucca juice from those as well. So it's not a bad biome to start in this one. Not the best, but far from the worst biome to start in. I think I've already checked this, yeah. There's a few animals around already, I've noticed. I haven't got anything really to kill these animals yet. I've got 34 arrows though. So immediately what I'm seeing here is I'm getting a lot of arrows. I got recommended by this barrel roll seed by somebody else, and I can't actually remember who it is, but thanks to that person who did recommend it to me. I've just been finding recently that the seed that I've been ending up in, for lack of a better word, has been very average. A lot of water, and water is just basically the killer in this game as far as travelling around. Random gen's all good, but let's see if he doesn't recognise me. He's going to see me. So I'm just going to collect resources today, do some spam crafting tonight, get my levels up. Once it gets down below 30 stamina, you start doing less damage. So it's about that time that I also, as soon as your tool ends up below half damage, I suppose is the lack of the word, it starts doing less damage to the material that you're beating up as well. So first thing I can see is there's a lot of, as I said, bird's nests. Oh, and there's a dead rabbit on this one here. Didn't even hear him die, but we will grab that. What should I get out of that? 2 and 1. What a waste of time. Well, not a waste of time, but it wasn't ideal. Obviously I didn't have a bone shiv. I would have got a bit more if I'd had a bone shiv, but that's alright. Never mind. As I said, I don't really do a lot of searching in my first day. I pretty much collect resources the first day and get ready to spam craft overnight. So I need stone, wood, and plant fibre really as your main items. A couple of these trees should be enough wood. Oh, maybe a few more than what a couple. They don't give a massive amount of wood, but that's alright. They're a start. So, I don't know, maybe 150 each tree by the looks of it. I'm not seeing a lot as far as distance. Interesting things in distance. There's obviously a road you can see over there. That's all I'm seeing at the moment. So I think going off that, that will be the direction I will head. Another bird's nest, we'll grab that while we're here. But I also want to thank Rev from Last Place Gaming. He also tweeted my details out on his network and got a few people to come along and watch my stream, which I appreciate that, Rev. Thanks very much. You're always a superstar. And Pa Heki is also another one I want to remember thank as well as Alex. Molly was on for a long time. Bart came on as well. Sweet Potato. Oh, what came on? That's all I can think of at the moment, but there may have been others. If I've forgotten you, sorry about that. Okay, so I didn't stand by what I was saying earlier. I let my stone axe basically completely destroy itself. We'll just dawdle around and see what we can find in the way of bird's nests really while I'm waiting for my stamina to recharge. But yeah, we'll see how this seed all works out. Getting down to near enough to 30 at the moment, so I won't be doing much more damage after it gets below 30. I won't be hitting the rock after it gets below 30. So that's it. Walk so I can recharge some stamina. Bird's nest. Haven't seen a zombie yet, which... if there's no zombies, it's sort of a bit pointless. So now it is... I think I'm going to head that way because it looks like it might be a city up on that hill up there. Might not be, but generally tends to indicate that... well, the one might be over there. I'm going to go right and see if there's anything up the top of this little hill here. So I'm getting a few resources, 254, 470 wood. Oh, there's my first zombie. Right, so I'll make some arrows, which will take up all my stone, but that's alright. Near enough to all of it. And then a wooden bow. She hasn't detected me, which is good. Oh, another bird's nest. Another rabbit. I'm not going to worry about that, too hard to hit. Make another stone axe is what I do need to make. Let's make a stone axe instead of a bow. We'll have to use this one while I'm waiting for that tool to finish, but that's alright, never mind. Get a bit more wood. What's the time? It's only midday, so I've got plenty of time. I've got 10 hours before it's night time. Not stressed about that at the moment. A lot of corn out here as well, which does happen, but I'm going to take the corn, plant it at some stage so I can get more numbers of that up. So I based myself out of somewhere for a few days. What's happening here? My tool's just about to break, which it has. Let's do that for a start. Right, just going to break up some stone. Rubbish pile, always check those, never know what you're going to find in there. Not a heck of a lot, but hey, it's alright. Another bird's nest. Plenty of bird's nest, plenty of feathers, not so many eggs, but that's right, they'll come in time. Suppose I can go and kill this zombie. Once you start growing corn, you don't bother picking it up. You only get one from each of those, so you don't bother picking it up once you start growing corn because you have so much of it. Let's give my first attempt at... I'm sure I saw a bird's nest here. I did. Load up the arrow. Well, it wasn't the worst shot, but it wasn't the best shot either. That's better. That's some food. It's not necessary at this stage, but I'll take it. More corn. I'll pick up that while I'm coming through here. See what's up on top of this hill here. Okay, so I have come to a city which I did suspect it would be. There's a bank. First township. I'm going to take time. I'm going to kill this deer. If I can actually fire an arrow in its direction, would be handy. Chase it for a while. Another road over there I can see, which is probably the road out of the city obviously, but that's where I'll be basing myself, that city there. Once I get a few more resources, I'll go back there. I'll start looting the city tomorrow. Today it's just all about resources. Oh, that's nice work. Can't complain about that. One arrow and it killed that. Get a bone out of this, so I'll be able to make a bone shiv, so I actually receive more materials when I next chop up an animal. Thought that was going to leave me without the goblet. That's alright. So we need a bone shiv, which will go in my next. That fella sounds close. He's obviously come from the city. So this is what I reckon Caitlyn Jenner. This is Caitlyn Jenner in my eyes. Had some plastic surgery obviously, side of his head. So I'm essentially going to kill my first Caitlyn Jenner, which will be this shot here. Hope I don't embarrass myself. There we go, first Caitlyn Jenner killed. Oh jeez, another zombie on me. Didn't hear you coming. There we go, got a couple of kills, not much in him. What did Caitlin have for me? Absolute crap. Thanks, Caitlin. Well worth the effort. Okay, so these guys are coming from a different direction, which is a bit odd. Oh, that should have hit, but maybe not, but maybe a near here. This is what a lot of people call a crackhead, so I have to figure out what Kardashian I'm gonna name that one after. Or maybe just reality star in general, which I dislike. Narcissistic pricks that they are. Oh, come on, there's a lot of animals in this seed. Good early on, not so necessary later on. Got enough time to chase at least one of those, so I might break up this rock. Although I haven't got a lot of rock, a lot of stone at the moment, so I don't really want to be short on stone before I have my first night. Make a stone axe. That one's getting below halfway. The time 3 o'clock. I've got plenty of time to go and kill at least, I said at least one of those. How much? I've only got 6. I need 20 for obviously for my first forge, which I like to get done in the first 2 days probably. They are moving away from me, but that's alright. There's another Caitlin over by the rock there, chasing away my deer, which would be right. Let's make another stone axe. It's getting down low and... I can't think of the word I'm trying to think of. Somebody will remind me. I'm doing 12 damage each one. Not a heck of a lot, especially if you want to break up So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go round this and actually fight it on the way back so I don't get further away from where I'm basing myself. I can do that for both actually. I might get a good shot on at least one of them. Do some serious damage. He saw me. That'll be right. So let's go for this one. And he got damaged without him knowing. Thought that might have hit, but I was a bit hopeful there. Ran out of stamina, but he'll slow down at some point, not for the next little while, but where did he go? Oh, there he is. Now it's heading back towards me, so I've got a chance for another shot. Thought that might hit, but I'm a bit hopeful. There we go, and he's dead. Couple of hits. Seems to me like these animals are a bit easier to kill on this seed. I don't know whether it's going to be like that all the time, but it does seem to be that way at the moment. Mind you, he was on a cactus, so that might have something to do with it. How many arrows have I got left? I should have plenty. 55. That'll be enough for the meantime. Here, why did that break up? There we are. Where's that other deer now? Oh, what are these fellas here? I came back to where I was earlier. How have they died? He's over there, so... I mean, I don't need to be in the town overnight. That's not so big of a problem. If I get stuck out on a rock, I get stuck on a rock. There we go. Surprise damage. There's a few corn over here which I'll pick up on the way through. So I won't be needing to collect corn for much longer. Let's see what happens with deer. Hopefully he hasn't fallen over and I can't find him. Oh, there he is. Oh, too high. Go get this one. And he saw me at the last minute. It's about right as well. Didn't run very far until he saw me again. There we go, lucky shot. I don't think I'm going to have enough to make a forge yet. 13. It's got to be close, but I don't think so. Probably end up with 19 knowing my luck. I didn't kill that Caitlyn Jenner. Damn it. That was my aim of this game, wasn't it? I didn't count how many I got, but I'll be able to look at my inventory and see anyway. 18. Okay, so about what I expected anyway. Not a drama. We can kill another animal at some point. So at 5 o'clock, I need to be getting some stone pretty quickly. Kill this nurse. They're usually pretty easy to kill, the nurses. Oh, another first aid bandage. I'm not going to say no. I would have preferred a first aid kit, but we won't say no to that. So really I need to find a working stick. This is ideal for me at the moment. And a cracker book, probably. Is that a pig over there? Am I seeing things? No, it's just one of those rocks. I'm not going to bother with that deer, it's too late in the day. Where's the zombie coming from? Sure I can hear a zombie. Imagining things. I'll wait for that to recharge. I'll make a new one. Did hear a zombie. She must have been hiding in a fold in the ground or something. Yeah, that's a bit of a here. A lot faster that girl is. So let's call you with your twisted neck. You're going to be Kylie. So I just killed my first Kylie. Useless waste of fresh air that she is in real life. Youngest billionaire ever. It's not hate from me, it's just she's literally doesn't contribute anything to society. Her sister's heaps hotter anyway. Kendall's heaps hotter than Kylie. I'm sure other people have a different opinion than that, but I think Kendall is a lot more attractive than Kylie. And doesn't seem to be half the cow that Kylie does. So I'm not going to have a Kylie in this game because I don't, sorry, Kendall in this game. I don't actually dislike her for, she doesn't seem to be so narcissistic as her sister. I think the whole Kardashian clan is completely a bit stuffed in the head, but there are better ones than there are, and they're better and worse ones really. And the mother is the worst of the lot of them. She should face facts that she's getting old and get old gracefully, because she thinks she's way better than she is. So hopefully you come on one day, Chris. I doubt it, but hey, you never know my luck. I'd like to hear your thoughts on it. So what's the time? Coming up 9 o'clock. I need to be breaking up quite a bit more rock before nightfall. I might just spend time on that rock there. Actually, what I'll do is I'll find an area that has a few of these rocks around it so I can break them up overnight. Generally, zombies don't attack you that first night. They're not too bad, especially when you're in this sort of biome or this sort of area. Once you've cleared all the zombies out. So we've got that rock there, and it's only got one near it. What's this rock got near it? Just going to close the door. What have we got over there? That looks like my sort of place over there. Oh, it's only one rock, but that's right. I can collect grass and stuff like that if I can't collect rocks anyway. So, do I collect this? Did I search this? No. Which means I haven't searched that. So there's a couple of rocks there, and a pig. I'm not going to worry about the pig this late. Run around in circles after that thing. Doesn't help anybody. Looks like somebody's come on my stream. Welcome, whoever you are. Not too sure who it is. It might be one of my regulars, but welcome. Just started off, as you can see. Have a chat if you want to have a chat. Type something down there, we'll have a chat. Just getting ready for the first night. Basically just collecting some resources so I can spam craft. It's nothing too interesting. Gone again by the looks of it, never mind. Obviously wasn't that interesting. Mind you, you can't take that little person seriously. Sometimes it says 0 people on there and you have people chatting to you, so maybe somebody's still on there. Maybe not, excuse me. So, let's build another stone axe. I'm waiting for my stamina to recharge. Let's get a search up here. I'm pretty sure the town's up here. Just really want to see what town involves, really. Chances are it'll be a reasonably good one. I saw a bank already, so that's a start. There's the pig. I could actually, if he didn't see me, I could have chased him back the other way, but he saw me, so I'm not going to bother chasing him halfway across the countryside at this time. So we've got a passing gas, a bank. It actually just looks like a 3. But it might not be too bad, actually. Might be able to get a workbench out of the passing gas. Yeah, it's probably not a bad little town. Let's dawdle back here. Got an hour and a half till night time. So we're up to 100 stamina again. I think I'll head down that way. There's 1, 2, 3 rocks in reasonably close vicinity that I can break down while I'm spam crafting. How much resource have I got? 280. That's not too bad. It's enough probably to spam craft. But the more resources I collect tonight, the least I have to collect tomorrow to do spam crafting tomorrow night. So that's why I collect as many as possible on the first day. Just optimise the amount of time I'm spending, get my tool levels up, and eventually my weapon levels up. So I won't be basing myself out of this town for very long, considering there's only the bank and the passing gas and maybe one other POI. We'll see that when we get over into the town a little bit better, but I'm going to do that tomorrow morning at the moment. So let's dawdle back this way. Recharge some stamina. Oh, there's a zombie there, I need to get rid of that. Crackhead zombie. Off goes the head. Absolutely nothing, but that's alright. I'm undetected. That doesn't necessarily mean there's nothing around. Let's make another stone axe because my one's getting quite low. Go and smack this rock over here. I've only got half an hour, so I won't be able to break this rock down completely, but I'll get as much as possible. I'm going to base myself on that top of that big rock that you can see in front of me. Start spam crafting. Make a what do you call it? A secure chest. Leave it up there, and then go and collect resources while I'm spam crafting. The zombies should leave me pretty much alone. So as I said, it's all about optimising the amount of resources you get this first day. In this case, for me, it'll be rocks, maybe yucca, and wood will be the things I'll be doing overnight while I'm spam crafting, because spam crafting takes so long. So I'll break down this rock completely. What I need to do is make a, it's just about night time, secure a storage chest. Break down this rock, and then I'll go and put it up on top of the other one over there. Yeah, and do the boring part of the game, spam crafting and collecting resources. Grinding basically is just, yeah, it's a necessary part of the game, but it's a boring part of the game, especially for somebody watching the stream. I don't mind it because it's what I do during the game. Get up on here. Put down the chest. Get rid of the stuff I don't need to spam craft with. See if I can get to 170 maximum level on my tools tonight, I think is my aim. Stone axe. Right, so we're just going to spam craft stone axes while I go collect resources. Let's bust you down, put a better level in there, and we're good to go. There's a rock over here, let's break this one down first. Crouching and, not necessarily crouching in this case now, but looking around, making sure nothing's sneaking up at the same time that I'm busting stuff, because I will hear noise at night. I think it does wind them up as well. Keeping an eye on my stamina levels and also my tool levels. I'll be able to see on my toolbar when eventually my spam crafting is at its maximum. I'll have the last two, so that'll at least give me a chance to stop and break down and recycle the ones that I have built. Right, so I'm not doing any, I'm doing too little damage there, so I'm just going to break this down. Put you there, stop you. Up to 55, well looks like 56 actually. We should get to about 160, maybe 170 tonight. It's usually what I aim for the first night. Make some more. Didn't even get close to hitting that. Up to full stamina again while I was doing that, so that's good. Optimising the time that I've got. Need to go to the toilet, so I'm going to jump up on top of my rock, which is this one here. I'll be back in a second. Pretty sure it's this one. No, that's not this one. And where's my rock? How have I managed to lose that? Was that it there? Yeah, sorry, that's it there. I was facing the wrong direction. Drop up on here so nothing attacks me while I'm away. I'll be back in a second. And we're back. Hopefully didn't waste too much time there. But hey, had to be done. Obviously I won't get 170 tonight simply because I had to go away. But we'll get as high as we can. Maybe 130, 140 with all luck. And these two down here. And some more. Rock. There's a rock over there. Oh, bird's nest. Just grab those feathers. There's a deer on top of the cactus as usual over there. Zombie. Shit. Where is it? Might be one of those crawling ones because I can't see it. Just really got to keep an eye out for the crawling one because it will break your leg. Or sprain your leg, sorry. Still can't see it, which is weird. Hiding in the long grass. You can still hear it, so it's around somewhere. If it hasn't found me by now, it must be a crawler. Getting down to quite low stamina. Infantry. So let's go back to my rock, my favourite rock. And put this stuff in here first. take this down, get the resources back as much as possible. And as you lot can probably hear through the TV, there is actually another zombie somewhere. And I'm pretty sure it must be a screamer. Need to really get some more plant fibres, I suppose, at the end of the day. I might have enough to do me for the rest of the day, but we'll just play that by ear, see how it goes. There he is, she's a crawler. Missed by a bloody mile. Die! Like that. So I've got my first 10 points, which is nice. Not that I'm too worried about using it at the moment. I'll show you later on, well, I'll show you when it happens, what I actually put my points into. I do it a bit differently than some people. What I found works best for me, but doesn't necessarily work best for everybody, but I'll show you what I do in mine anyway. And you can make your mind up whether it's a good idea or a bad idea. But obviously let me know in the... Hello? So Siri decided to talk to me for some reason. Got my iPad on the bed beside me. I thought it was something on my stream for some reason, but it's actually just Siri talking to me randomly. Never had that before. It was just sitting on the side of my bed here and just said hello to me, so at least somebody said hello to me today. Oh, full up of inventory again. Sweet. That didn't seem to take long. So as you can see, it doesn't take long for your levels on your tools to get up. By the end of the second night, beginning of the third morning, you should have it at around about 220. I might not end up 220, but I'll end up 200 odd, pretty sure. So, just an aim of mine, basically, to get as many spamcraft as much as possible to get as many points into this tooling as possible. Just makes it a lot easier later game. Well, it makes it a lot easier earlier game as well, but your levels get up and then you can combine and you're good to go. There's some random things going on in my bedroom at the moment. Something down the end of my bed just moved on its own. Did I start making... Oh, I didn't even make stone axes. That's one thing you don't want to do, is forget to do that part. Otherwise you waste a bit of time. So at the time, it's 4 o'clock in the morning, I've got a couple of hours before daylight. So I'll just spamcraft as much as possible, collect as much stone as possible. Then tomorrow I don't have to collect as much stone. I can just concentrate on plant fibre. So my toolsmithing skills are already up to level 12. Didn't take long. Okay, so when... I can never remember where my rock is. I'm pretty sure it's that one behind me. Pretty sure it's that one there. So we'll just dawdle over there while I wait for the stamina to recharge. Keeping an eye out, make sure nothing's sneaking up on me. That deer's still up on top of the cactus. It hasn't killed him yet. Okay, so I just screenshotted it. I wanted to practice. The reason for that is I wanted to practice my screenshotting. But it seems to have worked anyway. Ideally, I'd like to get like to have got a bit closer, but it's alright. Never mind. So what are we? Level 146, I think, by the looks of it. Not a bad first sort of night spam crafting. I said I would like to get 170, but I got waylaid, obviously, doing other things. Namely going to the toilet. What I'm going to do here is I actually will drop one of those because it'll make an odd number and I won't get rid of all my plant fibre. That's the reason I do that, if anybody is wondering. I'm going to mark that actually because I keep on forgetting where it is. That waypoint, it's always X where I leave my boxes, and I managed to do that. Sweet. So it's always X's where I leave the boxes of loot to come back to later on. I got various things that I do for each type of thing I mark. Right, where are we going? I'm pretty sure I would have collected that. Correct. Is that a zombie over there? No, it's a tree. Don't worry me like that. Some rocks over here, so I'll break this rock up. It's nearly morning time, so as soon as it's morning time, I'm going to head to that town, which is up that hill there, and see what I can loot out of there. Probably picking up any cactus that I can find on the way. Because one thing I'm low on at the moment is plant fibre. Waiting for the stamina to recharge. It's worked out about right. I got the 162. I'm pretty happy with that level. Nothing to scoff at. I should be able to get 200 to 220 by tomorrow night, end of tomorrow night, third morning. That's not been a bad little spam crafting session. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go and pick up my arrows and make as many arrows as I can with the amount of... I think I've got enough stone. Well, I definitely got enough stone, and I've definitely got enough wood to make as many arrows as I have got feathers. So let's go and do that. So it's morning time. Time to go and loot that little city straight up this hill for me. What did that drop on the ground? Thought I dropped something on the ground there, but it didn't. So we're going to get rid of this stuff into here. Get there eventually. Okay, it says it's not broadcasting, but I'm pretty sure it is because my game would have stopped if it hadn't. So we'll make up some arrows. Looks like it's back again. I got really bad internet where I am. We'll kill this deer because I do need the other two more. I do need two more animal hide to get my first forge. Just gotta go over this hill, and I'm not going to be too sure where he disappears to, but we'll find him. There he is, straight ahead of us. That's all good. Bypassing the city at the moment, but that's alright. I'm a lot of other things going on, so I don't not too worried about that. I can always go back. And he's something about this game that just seems a little bit easier. Maybe I should have set it higher settings. That was just a bad shot. That was two bad shots. The animals don't seem to run as far once you shoot them, and also I would have thought I'd kill him in two, but that's alright. Next shot should kill him. moving further away from the town, but that's right, we can go back to that. Still running this bugger for some reason. Oh, he fell over. He died. Where the heck did he die? Oh man. Tell me I lost his body. He must be just over this little rise here somewhere. Oh, a forge house. Why didn't I find that before? Did he fall down this hole? Where did the deer... Oh, there he is. Yeah, sweet. He died from the cactus by the looks of it. Thank you, cactus. So there's a forge house there. I'm going to go and search that. It's got a couple of things I'd like to get out of it. I can't take the forge from it at the moment, but once I get a wrench, I'll be able to take the forge from it. So I have enough to make a forge now, so I'm not stressed about that. But I think with me being placed where I am, I'm not going to stay in the city very long because it's not a very big city, so I won't be setting a forge in the city. I think I'll just use the one in this building here. Not that I'm going to be hanging around much longer anyway, but it has got a bookcase in it as well, which might have a recipe for me. My ultimate would be to get a spiked club recipe, but you never get what you ask for. In my experience in this game, you basically get the opposite, so I'll probably get a leather gloves or something like that from it. And there's a open Jenna there, waiting to be popped. There it is, right there. Caitlin is dead, as of now. What have you got for me, Caitlin? Nothing as usual. Oh, there's another Caitlin. Caitlin's doppelganger. Stay still. Be still. Be still. Take that, Caitlin, with your arm behind your neck somehow. Looks like that fellow out of Deliverance when he gets washed down the river. If anybody's seen the movie, his arm ends up like that. Another great movie, Deliverance. A couple of recipes, but nothing worth writing home about. For some reason there's a zombie in here. Now a dead zombie. Water from me. I'm not going to say no, although I have got plenty of yucca. So, right, we're going to wear the hat. Read the recipes. Throw away that. Scrap that. Scrap that. Simply because I don't actually need it. I can make one on the run. It just takes up space. They resist to be searched. A beanie if it gets cold, but I'll probably just strip that down because I'm not in a cold biome. I sometimes thought there was actually a bird's nest out this door, but I think it might be the more destroyed house has the bird's nest outside the door. We'll quickly search these cabinets. I generally don't later game because they're of no value to me, but I do need a cooking pot at some stage. Not that they're hard to come by. Absolutely nothing so far. But hey. Should be able to search in that one there, yep. Right, so not much really in the whole scheme of things there. Get rid of mushrooms, I don't need you at all. And let's scrap that down as well. Right. I will mark this because it's where I'm going to start. When I come back with my iron, I'll be able to forge something. So we're heading back this way after I get this corn. I'm not going to worry about that pig that I just saw in the background there. Don't know if anybody else saw it, but I saw it. The pig just over there. Just to prove that I'm not making shit up. Let's go and have a look. He's probably going to be hidden somewhere and I won't be able to see him, and then I'll look like a complete prick. Which seems to be the way it is going. Okay, so he's going to make a complete prick of me. There was a pig over here, I know there was, I saw him moving. There he is there. Sweet, I'm not embarrassed after all. Lucky shot. Missed. Lucky shot. Oh no, actually not a lucky shot, that one. That was a complete miss. And again. Making a hard job of this pig I am. Maybe the cactus will have to do what I can't do. There we go. Right, finally the pig gets killed. No zombies around me to attack me while I'm chopping them up. Looks like there's 2 people on my stream at the moment. Welcome whoever you are if you're still there. Thanks for coming on. Say hello if you want to have a chat, but I'm always open to having a chat about... I'd rather chat to you than talk crap on my stream. So if you're there, please, yeah, say something. Say hello, so I know who you are. I think if you were one of my other regular watchers, you'd have said something by now, so I think you must be a new one. So welcome. Thanks for coming on. Hope it's not too boring for you. I've just started this new seed, so it's all just really grinding at the moment for me. Missing zombies left, right and centre. One of them's gone away, but as I said, I don't really pay much attention to what that little counter says at the top of my screen. It can mean something, or it might not mean something as well. So there's actually a city over this hill just over there, straight ahead of me. So I'm heading that way now, just to try not to run over cactuses every 2 seconds. Collecting corn on the way. How many arrows have I got? I've got 111 arrows. That's plenty at the moment, but I will pick up any bird's nests that I do come across, like that one there. 27. Sweet. I'm hungry and I'm thirsty. So let's have a drink. Let's have something to eat and something to drink. Pretty sure the town is... I'm just wandering aimlessly as usual. Right, so the town is... Yeah, it was where I thought it was. Let's put a temporary marker on that. It's just over there. So I've got enough to make a forge. I do need to find some clay, actually, before I can make a forge, but I have got enough animal hide to make a forge. She's in a little circle for a second. That wasn't very pretty at all, that wasn't. Neither was that. Take that. 3rd shot lucky. So it's not a very big town, but it is actually has got a couple of quite good POIs in it. It's got a bank, which I don't think I'll open up the bank because I haven't got the tools to do it yet anyway. Come on, crackhead. Oh, you're not dead quite. For a crackhead, he's very strong. He might be on that PCP maybe. So I will come up on this town eventually, grab the bird's nest while I'm at it. A couple of feathers, but an egg, which I won't pass up. I haven't found a lot of recipes at the moment, which I'm hoping this town will have a cracker book, but I'm probably being a little bit optimistic. I'm not going to worry about that deer. Oh, that's all going to hit. Still missed. Once again, 3rd time lucky. Finding plenty of water. Okay, so it's just a two POI little town, this one. I do quite like the bank, but I can't break into the safe, the safes in the bank yet because I just haven't got strong enough. Another crackhead on the window for some reason there. You usually can find a few zombies around here, which you gotta watch your back. Oh, didn't realise my bow was damaged. Let's try and make a bow before he catches up to me. Just. What level is it? 87. It will get better. Load it. And miss. And miss. And miss the 3rd one, and now he's got me. Oh jeez, well, this isn't going well at all for me. Oh. Jesus Christ, that was a nightmare. How long did it take me to kill that fella? Check all his bags, never know there might be recipes in them. Books and stuff like that. Don't really need that yet, but I will take it, and that's what I was after, a mining helmet. Good score. And here's Caitlin. And I can't hit Caitlyn Jenner if she was the side of a barn. Finally. Third time lucky again. Off with your head, Caitlin. As it should be. A lot of crawlers here for some reason. Lucky shot to kill her in the head. My first drop. A long way away. Well, it's not too far away, but it's too far away at the moment to worry about. I will get that eventually. Lucky one shot kill in the head. Let's see what the passing gas, whether it's got a... don't remember searching that. Only if they don't see you, Dan, I think. Only if they haven't seen you before, I think that works. Welcome anyway, Dan. Thanks for coming on. I think by the looks of it, you're a first-time watcher of my stream. Thanks for coming on and chatting. As I said earlier, I don't know if you heard me, I get a bit bored just chatting to myself. I'd rather have somebody to chat to. How you been, mate? Alright? What's been happening with you? Oh, I think, as I said, I think you'll find the damage will only be done if they haven't detected you or they haven't seen you while you're crouched. But do you play the game yourself? Well, obviously you play the game yourself. It's a stupid question. Okay, so this bird here just doesn't even know I'm here, and I still can't hit her in the head. Still, that was pretty plus 4 actually in the whole scheme of things. Let's see if there's anything in this bookcase. No, waste of time. I do need to find a wrench so I can break down the... Let's wear you. I'm going to keep that in case I go into cold biome. I don't need you. You, or you. Do you play on nightmare difficulty, do you, Dan? Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I don't know why I did that for. That's stupid, actually. Yeah, so you play 7 Days to Die on Nightmare, do you? That's quite a difficulty level. I haven't quite worked my way up to that yet. Break down this door because there is actually a working stiffs back here, and I might find something good. I'm pretty sure the working stiffs behind this door. What's in here? No, the working stiffs is in the next one. Okay then, we won't worry about busting that, but I do need a wrench so I can break down that workbench at some point as well. Hey Terry, looks like you're a new viewer as well. Thanks very much for coming on. How you been, mate? Alright? Just got Dan on here as well. Just the two of you have been on so far. But yeah, welcome, mate. Thanks for coming on and watching. And chatting, as I said to Dan earlier. I'd rather talk to you boys and girls when they come on than talk to myself, because you start talking to yourself too much, people start thinking you're going crazy. So yeah, mate, welcome. Thanks for coming on. As I said, 7 Days to Die on Nightmare as well, Terry. A little bit above my skill level at the moment, but yeah. Let's see if I can find a wrench in this thing here. Nope. Not much of bugger all, that wasn't. Up here is generally a few birds' nests and a couple of bodies I can search. You never know, you might find something decent out of it. To be fair, I am getting to that point where it does, especially after sort of day 10, the game does get a bit monotonous, so I really do need to change it up and put the difficulty level up, because, you know, it just gets to the point where it's a little bit too easy. But, yeah, I'm just trying to get better at the game at the moment. No excuses, I've been playing it for a while, but that's my excuse anyway. Rubbish pile. I've got to figure out what I'm going to do here, because it is 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Oh, there's a cooking pot, which is a start. Right, you play together, so you boys have come on to watch me embarrass myself. Is that what the plan of attack is it? I'll try not to embarrass myself. I'll try not to embarrass myself too badly for you. But, hey, anyway, thanks for coming on, boys. It's always nice to have new viewers on. I'm reasonably new to streaming, so any viewers at all are appreciated. Do you boys play on PC or do you play on PS4? I'd imagine it's PS4, but I can't be sure about that. Right, so let's put... What am I doing here? Just losing my marbles, sorry boys. Don't even need that much really, but hey. Now let's make some bacon and eggs. Which will be 1 bacon and eggs, but that's alright. You boys are on PS4 as well. Yeah, I mean, I've never played PC. I think it looks good, but I quite enjoy PS4. I think it's got its good points and its bad points. Obviously, it's a little bit behind as far as modding and stuff like that, and of capability what you can do, but take the good with the bad, eh? I'm just going to dump this stuff here and go and collect some resources, because I do actually need to do some spam crafting overnight. I might go and pick up that drop while I'm at it. And just pick up resources while I go through. Never seen a bag in that spot, but that's alright. I'll take that. I've managed to find myself my miner's helmet, which is a good score for this early in the game. But you boys, whereabouts are you boys from, if you're still there? What country are you from? The reason I ask, for a couple of reasons I ask. One, because I'd love to be able to play with somebody else, but I seem to be on at the wrong times. Because I'm a New Zealander, our times are all like 12 hours out from what everybody else seems to want to play. Everybody else seems to be going to bed about the time that I'm starting to play. So I'm just curious whereabouts in the world you guys are from. So I'll go and pick up this drop. You're the States as well. Probably, I would say, probably 85% of the people I watch, or watch my stream, as well as who I watch stream as well, are from the States. It's a bit of a pain. Dan's from Australia. Hey, you mate, alright? Not far across the ditch from me then. You're more... Whereabouts in Australia? From the East Coast or the West Coast? You're probably more in my time zone as far as being able to play at the same time, which a bit surprised me a little bit that you're not playing at the moment. Mind you, you did say you're going to go and play soon, aren't you, on Nightmare? You're looking forward to the Bledisloe tonight, Dan? I don't know, not all Australians actually enjoy their rugby, but are you going to watch the Bledisloe against the All Blacks tonight? buy game from 8 PM to 6 AM. Oh, okay. So you're about 12 hours... Would I be right to say you're about 12 hours different than us? Or is it less than that? What's your time difference between you and Dan? I need some more wood, actually. I've got the stamina to be able to chop down a tree. So if you stream from 8 till 6, 14 hours difference. Which makes sense because I think there's 2 hours difference between me and Dan. So yeah, that makes sense. 12 hours difference. So if you stream from 8 PM till 6 AM, which means my time would be 8 AM till 6 PM, which is actually outside the time that I stream. I stream generally when it's on weekends. I do that, but during the week I've got to go to work, so I don't stream till generally about 6 PM. Actually probably a bit later than that, 7 PM, which will be your 7 AM. So we're actually, that's the problem, you know, we're outside of what the optimum times to play the game together. It's not stream, sorry, is what the word I was looking for. To be able to play the games at the same time. It's a bit of a pity because, as I said, I'm just finding it a bit hard to find people that play at the same time as me. I don't like to play on my own. Or for lack of a better word, say play with myself, which I actually quite enjoy sometimes, but not on PS4. So how much plant fibre have I got? 232. I still need wood, and I'm pretty good on stone at the moment for the next spam craft. Plenty of time in the day left anyway. So do you boys play Never's Gain, or do you play Random World, Random Gen? I don't know if you boys are still there. It says you're not, but hopefully you're still there. I'm not going to worry about the deer. I've got enough meat at the moment, got enough hide. Pick up this drop, chop down some trees, make my way back really. Hopefully you boys are still there. As I said, you know, it's actually just been nice to have you come on and have a chat. I always appreciate it. Send us your, if you are there, send us your, if you've got different, what do you call it, YouTube names, so that I can come and watch your stream as well. And if you get the opportunity to hit the subscribe button, I'll obviously repay the favour as well. Help each other out, get some subscribers. I don't know how many you boys have got, but I'm quite new. I've only got 27, I think, last time I checked. But yeah, flick us a message with what your PlayStation names are, so that I can, sorry, your YouTube names, so I can find what your so I can catch up with you boys on your streams, if you do stream, obviously. Not everybody does. I might just be talking to myself at the moment, I'm not too sure. Let's make a stone axe. Dan didn't reply back whether he was watching the Bledisloe, so I gather he's not watching the Bledisloe. Oh, I picked up 5 first aid kits out of that. Can't complain about that. Yeah, my internet's really bad as well, Terry. It's actually, my internet isn't very good at all, but for some reason it's enough to be able to stream. You must have really bad internet if you can't stream, because my internet isn't very good. It cuts out. It cut out last night actually. so you don't stream. Yeah, it's a bit of a bugger. Some people want to, some people don't. I played this game for a fair while before I started streaming. It's just something I've started doing recently, so not everybody wants to stream, and if you've got bad internet, obviously you haven't got the capability to stream. Does Dan stream, do you know? And there is... I think I decided this was Kylie Jenner. So let's kill my first Kylie Jenner of the game. You live 5 minutes from nowhere. In the middle of the wops, are you? Whereabouts in the States are you from, Terry? So take that, Kylie, you whoreha. What did you give me? Oh, some food and some arrows. I'm not going to say no. Thank you, Kylie. He doesn't stream, doesn't he? Oh, well, never mind. If you boys do get the opportunity and hit that subscribe button, I would appreciate it. Give me my 28th, and if Dan is around at some point, my 29th subscriber. If you obviously don't want to, I understand. That's all good, mate. Never mind. I won't hold it against you boys. Right over her head. Ohio. Almost into Canada. Yeah, I imagine it's is Ohio quite mountainous, is it? I know it must have a lot of snow. I would have thought somewhere like the States would have, I think that might be you. Thank you, Terry. Killer Storm. Thanks very much for the subscription. Appreciate that, mate. Always appreciate it. Thank you. As I was about to say, actually, America, I would have thought America would be that one place that would actually have good internet in the whole country. Don't know why I thought that. I just thought that would be something that they'd be one of the first countries to sort out. Right over a cactus. So what is the time? The time is 8 o'clock. I don't want to be pissing around for too much long. More of a valley. Yeah, well, that will probably that'll interrupt your internet pretty badly. It's time to move, maybe, mate. You know, move to the big smoke. Mind you, I was always a country boy. I never lived in big cities growing up, and I always enjoyed living in smaller places. Has its good points, has its bad points, but yeah, generally it's pretty good. Another. Oh, no, it's the same one. I've come the long way round, that's for sure. I came from way over. I actually don't know where the heck I came from. I didn't realise I'd come this direction anyway. So I need to make my way back to the... Yeah, peace and quiet. Peace and quiet is nice, and it's always a personal choice what you prefer. I like peace and quiet when I like peace and quiet, but I also like a little bit of crazy as well. So I don't live in a big place. I live in a smallish town in New Zealand. Not that there are any big towns in New Zealand, but yeah. I live in a place called Mount Maunganui, which is just a small beach community, but we do have a major centre about a 10-minute drive away from us. Probably the 4th or 5th biggest centre in New Zealand is about a 10-minute drive from me, 15 maybe. So I live quite close, but I also live in a beach community which is quite quiet and relaxed and laid back compared to big towns. So I've got the best of both worlds, really. You got kids yourself, have you, Terry? Don't really want to be pissing around outside at night at the moment. I haven't got enough weapons. Oh, nice, nice. Yeah, mate, the kids are one of those... I know, as I said, growing up myself, as a kid, I lived on a farm. And I had the best life, man, running around and bloody making forts and playing cowboys and Indians and, you know, just getting out in the bush and stuff like that. I know when I lived in London that I could never bring my kids up in a place like London. It's just a miserable concrete jungle. Kids have got to have space to move and stuff like that. So, yeah, mate, you're doing it for the kids. That's good, mate. You know, you obviously like it there, but your children are what are important. You got to think about them first and foremost, eh? So I will be doing some more spam crafting tonight, which is pretty soon actually. I might go out and chop up a few cactuses while I'm spam crafting, but we'll see how that pans out for me. I really want to find a wrench if I can. What do you call a dangerous city, mate? What city was that? Whatever the dangerous city is, it's not where you want to bring your kids up, eh? Where is safe these days, though? At the end of the day, there's so many lunatics around that you try and reduce the risk. Probably is the main thing. Live in a place where it's less populated, less lunatics around. I think big cities turn people crazy. To be honest, I think that just the concrete jungle turns people into just gives them mental problems. So the more time you can spend away from big cities, the better. As I said, I live in a small community where people actually still say hello to you in the street that don't even know you. You know, you're walking down the street and people say hello to you. So that's the sort of community I want to live in. I can't be bothered living in a big city where nobody cares about anybody else. Nobody knows who their neighbours are. That sort of town. Obviously not everybody's got the choice to live where they want to live. You know, work, family, other commitments reduce the amount of places they can live in, but I'm lucky enough that I've got the ability to be able to live where I want to live, and I live in what I can count as the best place in New Zealand. So I'm lucky in that regard. Not everybody is, but yeah, I've lived in big cities. As I said, I lived in London, I lived in Dublin. I've lived in a lot of capital cities in the world, and they're just not nice places. The people aren't nice people. So yeah, you better take your children to somewhere like where you're living and put up with the bad internet, aren't you, mate? You know, it's a small price to pay to make sure that your children are safe and happy. That's the main thing, safe and happy. Everything else takes a back seat to that. I got my nephews and nieces living in Singapore. It was my niece's birthday today, so we Skyped her to have a chat to her. And Singapore's probably, while it's not, I wouldn't call it the perfect place, it's definitely a lot safer place to live than a lot of big cities in the world. So that's good. My sister took them over there for work. Which didn't make me happy. Obviously, I'd like to spend more time with my nephews and all my nephews and all my nieces, but That's all right. I'm going to visit. I'm going to visit them in October. I'll go there for a couple of weeks, so I'll catch up with them again. But yeah, there's definitely worse places than living in a place like Singapore. At least over there, if you commit a crime, you get the appropriate punishment. Unfortunately, too many countries in the world don't have decent punishment for crimes. In Singapore, if you drop rubbish on the ground, it's like a $500 fine. If you spit out chewing gum, it's like a $500 fine. Come to New Zealand, there's people spitting on the ground, throwing rubbish on the ground, and there's no consequence to it. So mate, I don't know if you've ever been to Singapore, but that's definitely worth a look at if you're ever over that side of the world. I'm trying to get to about 200 tooling by the end of the night. I should be about right there. Standing on a cactus and taking damage is never a good idea. Being out at night's not too good either actually, but hopefully no zombies find me. I will deal with them as I need to when they come though. Mate, no, it's a survival multiplayer. Anybody can jump on. I don't play solo or private games. If you're looking for my the game that I'm on, it's actually my PSN name is Maynard, Maynard JK27. If you wanted to join, you're more than welcome to. But no, I don't play private games. I'd rather have people come on and try and kill me. At least it makes it interesting. So somewhere around I've got my other bird's nests over there. I might go and grab those actually. Not bird's nests. Oh, so by the looks of it, Dan subscribed as well. Hey, thanks for that, boys. Appreciate that. Thanks for giving him the heads up, Terry. Appreciate you boys subscribing or supporting me. I'm just starting out, so all subscribers are much appreciated. And if you boys ever... Oh, that's not where I'm going. Where am I actually heading? No, it is over there. Yeah, I appreciate your support. And if you ever decide to stream, just let me know, or I'll find you anyway. And I can support you boys as well. Oh, pig. Let's kill you while I'm at it. So mate, yeah, as I said, obviously you boys are going to do a bit of playing. You boys are playing in the next little while, but if you ever want to jump on the game with me, you're more than welcome to. I've changed my mind. Pigs are now going to be Kylie Jenner, and dogs are going to be Kris Jenner. Caitlyn Jenner is going to be those tall, skinny guys with the grey singlets, and I'll just have to figure out who Kim Kardashian is going to be. She can probably be that fat one, the fat man. Finally, finally figured out what I want to do. Took me 2 days, but I got there. I've got a bit of stuff stashed on that rock over there. So I want to go and pick up the food, really, more than anything, because I'm actually low on food. Have I got any food on me? No, so I better hurry back to my... I'm sure it's there. Oh, no, it's that one over there. Oh, get up on the rock. You'd wonder what the hell I was doing sometimes, wouldn't you? Let's give that another go. There. Right. I'm not going to be able to carry everything back with me, but I'll take the main stuff. Oh, I was able to take everything. That's a score. Right. I need to make some food because I've actually run out of food at the moment. I'm starving. I don't really want to lose a point if I don't have to. I have got one. Do you ever play on classic zombies? Is that run all the time, is it? Classic zombies? I think it is. I've played it maybe once. I don't play it very often, but yes, I have played it once. If it's the one I'm thinking about, that they run all the time. It is a bit hard. For a useless player like me. Right, let's eat that food first before I lose a point. Sweet. And let's make some bacon and eggs. I'll be able to make 4. 1 minute 08. Done. Oh, they walk all the time on Classic. No, I haven't, no. I quite like the difficulty of the zombies running at night. It just stops you going out at night. Doesn't make it realistic, but I don't know, it seems to be the setting that I most have it on, when they just run at night. What am I doing here? Stone axe. I think I can hear a zombie actually. Thought I could hear something, but... Oh shit, there's a bear. I definitely don't want to go over there. If I can get away with it. Sure, I heard something running after me. Suppose I'll be chopping up cactuses because I can't find a rock. Well, there's one over there. Oh, okay. Bird's nest. What about you? Do you play on classic zombies very often? Another pig. Do they run all the time and on insane? Have you got one going at the moment, Terry? I'd be interested in giving it a go, mate. Yeah, I'd be interested in giving it a go. Do they run at night? Or run all the time, I mean, sorry. a walk during the day on Insane. Yeah, mate, I'll be interested in playing, and joining that. Definitely. Are you just about to start one, are you? As I said, I'd rather play with somebody else than on my own. If you start a game and invite me, I'll come along. Send us a friend invite and I'll accept that, and then you can invite me. Yep. I thought that might have been the case. Mate, yeah, no, if you're looking to start one, or if you've got one already going, I'm interested in giving it a go with you boys. The only thing I have found recently, or over time, is that my game can get quite laggy, depending on how I join the game. If I join a game, sometimes I find that it's quite laggy. But we can see how that pans out. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. We'll give it a go anyway. Got one on day 5. Day 5 isn't too far along. Yeah, mate, I'm interested. Send us a friend invitation. And I'll accept that, and then you can invite me. As I said, I have had lag problems if I do join other people's games, but we'll give it a go. Shit. Zombies. 2 zombies. Oh, 3 zombies. That was lucky. Shit. That wasn't pretty at all, that wasn't. 4 zombies. Even better. These zombies have found me. Man, I hit that one in the head. Pretty sure there's a zombie behind me somewhere. Inside the... That was a very good shot. That was a very well done roll. I'm having absolute mare here. I'll just climb upstairs and then I'll join you, Terry. I don't know what I was doing there. It wasn't pretty, whatever it was. Let's go upstairs here, or back to my base, and then I will join your game. So I'm going to go and sit and join a game with Terry and Dan. So I'm going to finish the stream here. I've been streaming for 1:40. If it doesn't work out because it lags, I'll come back, but we'll see how that pans out. You'll be able to see me on that.